Don't bring
No close-up. It's not high definition. Okay. All right. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming. This should be fairly brief. We don't want to take up too much of your time, but we do have some important information that we want to pass along to everybody. So, first things first, congratulations to both teams on advancing past this weekend in State Cup. Congratulations to Coach Gary as well. Both teams moved on. Very excited for this weekend. We were hoping we don't get rained out again because there is more rain in the forecast, but hopefully the teams will get to play this weekend and continue to move on and continue to have success on the field. We've been very excited to watch the progress of both teams throughout the year. What I was hoping to achieve tonight is to talk about the tryout process over the next couple of weeks, and then talk about who the coaches will be for next season and what the teams have to look forward to for next season. So the first thing is that tonight was our first official tryout. They're going to continue on Mondays and Wednesdays at least through this week and next week. If at the end of next week's Wednesday training session or tryout, the coaches feel like they need more time, they're going to ask for more time, because the bottom line is we want to make sure we make the right decisions and don't want to rush to make those decisions that are too important to each player and to each family. So we'll take at least 2 weeks, possibly 3 weeks. Depending on how the teams do in State Cup this weekend, we could add a weekend session next weekend or the following weekend. Obviously, if teams are still in State Cup, that will be the priority on the weekends, and we won't interfere with that. Okay. The goal is to continue to have 2 teams. Obviously, this age group is going to expand to 11 versus 11 next year, so both rosters will be expanding to accommodate that. The goal is to be approximately 15 or 16 players on both rosters is where we would ideally like to be. If we end up at 14 or 17, we'll do what we have to do to make sure we have players in the right places, but hopefully 15 or 16 players per team. The top team will participate in the ECNL next year, and that's part of our deal with the ECNL, is that we submit a U13 team, so our A team will play in that league. We will have an ECNL information meeting coming up in the next couple of weeks. We'll get that out to you so that you can attend. I'll give a full presentation on the ECNL so that everybody understands what it is, what the time commitment is, what the cost of the league is, what the competitive aspect of the league is, how the schedule works, etc. We'll go over all of that in a separate meeting. Our second team, we're not sure yet what flight that team will play in. That decision will be made after tryouts. The reason for that is we want to see what the group looks like, what the roster looks like, to be able to make the right decision for the team and make sure they're placed in the correct flight for next season. All right, so with those 2 teams being the goal to put 2 teams together for next season, we obviously need 2 head coaches. So right now, I'll introduce Gary. Will continue to be the 2007 Blue Team coach for next season. Chris Lofgren is going to take over as the 2007 ECNL coach for next season. Coach Chris worked with the team tonight. I'll let him speak for himself shortly and introduce himself, but Chris will be taking over as soon as State Cup is over for the 2007 first team that will be moving into the ECNL. So Chris handled tryouts tonight. He's been with the club a long time, has had a lot of success. He coaches our 2005 ECNL team as well as our 2002 ECNL reserve team. He'll have 2 teams next season, but I'll let him speak for himself and introduce himself.
Hey guys, my name is Chris Lofgren. I'm currently the head coach for the 05 ECNL team in our first ECNL season this year. It's been a great experience so far, and I'm super excited to get the opportunity to do the same thing with the 07s, which is taking them on their first ECNL ride. My background, I grew up in Sweden, moved to the States to play college soccer and coach, and that was roughly 12 years ago. Spent 5-6 years in New York, and then the last 6 years here in LA with the Breakers and FCLA. This year, in addition to the 05s, I also have the 02 ECNL reserve team, like Richard said. I'm super excited to get to work with the girls today. It was a fantastic start. I know there's a lot going on now, obviously with the tryouts and State Cup, but it's a good problem to have, so congratulations on advancing. I wish you nothing but the best over the weekend for both teams, but I'll see you before that. I'll see you guys on Wednesday for round 2 of tryouts.
I thought it would be a great opportunity for us, for the 2000 top team, to formally thank Gary for all of his work with the team. Either team could win State Cup, and that would make Coach Gary and all of us very happy. As I said, there will be more information to come about the ECNL level and what that means. It's very important that we get that team as ready as possible, as quickly as possible. So that's part of the reason why we started tryouts, even though State Cup hasn't finished. Obviously, in a perfect world, we wouldn't have had all the rainouts that we had, and would have been able to wrap State Cup a little bit sooner. But timing-wise, it is important if we're going to bring in players from outside the club, and for the players within the club, they need to know what team they've made and whether or not they've made a team so that they can adjust accordingly. And we also need to start preparing the age group. And lastly, we wanted to get this information to you that Chris will be taking over in a timely manner, so everybody can get to know him and he can get to know the age group and hit the ground running for this spring. So that's about all I have for you. We are open to take any questions. If anybody has any, we're more than happy to answer. Like I said, if there are ECNL questions, we'll have a separate meeting for that. But if there are any questions about the age group or anything like that, this would be a great opportunity. That means we nailed it. All right, thank you very much for coming. Thank you for your time. We are excited for tryouts on